The NDP is calling for the resignation of the finance minister. For more on this, let's bring in NDP leader Andrea Horwath. Andrea, I will start by asking what your reaction is to what we heard from the Premier earlier this afternoon.
Well, it's quite shocking that the Premier, tried to, double down on the web of lies that Mr. Phillips was trying to put out there around his whereabouts on social media yesterday. That's what, that was the story from the Premier's office, was the same. Now, all of a sudden, the Premier's owning up to the fact that he knew his minister was off vacationing while everybody else was doing their part, listening to public health requirements, not going on unessential, vacations or trips, and the finance minister just thinks, he's above everybody else and doesn't have to, do what everybody else is being asked to do by this Premier and by that cabinet minister. I mean, it just shows how, how these guys just are, they cover each other's backs. It's all about, Doug Ford and his insiders getting whatever they want, while the rest of us, carry the heavy load of COVID-19 on our backs. The families are devastated by loss. People went through the Christmas season not seeing their loved ones. Small businesses are dropping like flies. And the cabinet minister, the finance minister, is out jet setting around the world. It's shameful. It's a disgrace, and shame on Doug Ford for knowing that this was the case and simply turning a blind eye. And had this story not broke, hadn't broken, we wouldn't know to this minute what was going on. This is shameful.
Now, you and your party are calling for the resignation of the finance minister. Are you making this request because he left the country despite the calls from public health not to do any non-essential travel right now? Or is it because the Premier's office is saying that they were not made aware of the trip? It sounds like the Premier is saying he was made aware of this vacation once he was on the phone with the minister.
Well, I mean, that in and of itself should have the cabinet minister fired. I mean, I just don't get how you can have the, this level of a cabinet minister. I mean, the finance minister is one of the top jobs. To have him not even give the Premier's office a heads up, if that in fact is the case, and I don't know that we have the truth around that either, but that should be in and of itself enough. But yeah, he flaunted the public health requirements that everybody else is being asked to follow. He then tried to cover it all up with this web of lies through social media. So complete lack of judgment on the first hand, complete cover up on the second hand. And then, there has to be some accountability for these kinds of things. I mean, he has obviously no integrity whatsoever, and he does not deserve to sit as the Minister of Finance in this province. Ontarians deserve better than that. So Ford has to fire him.
If a member of your caucus were to travel right now, travel outside of the country, what would you do?
Well, I mean, I don't know that I don't think that that's happened. I mean, I'm pretty certain that we've been following the rules, our MPPs. But, this kind of thing can't be tolerated. But we've seen it time and time again with Mr. Ford. I mean, now it's Rod Phillips. Before that, it was Sam Oosterhoff. Before that, it was Doug Ford himself. These guys just don't think that the rules apply to them, and there are no consequences. So what kind of message does that send to Ontarians who are doing their best, who are making so many difficult sacrifices, who are, not taking trips to go visit family over the holidays, who are canceling things like destination weddings, who haven't hugged or seen their loved ones, in almost a year now. And, the message that Doug Ford and his buddies are sending out is that, you guys have to continue as Ontarians to do all of the things we ask you to do, make all the sacrifices. We're just going to do whatever we want to do because, we're entitled to do whatever we want to do. And, that's just the way conservatives think, I guess. It's really shameful.
NDP leader Andrea Horwath joining us live this afternoon. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. I guess who's the Yahoo now is my question.
Thank you for your time.